Hey guys, this is episode 3 of Grow Everything, and today I'm going to show you how to perform an air layer using raw honey, sphagnum peat moss, pruning shears, a potato peeler, a water bottle, a magic marker, and some duct tape. Alright guys, so what we're going to be air layering today is called a Longan tree. It is a small tropical fruit that tastes like a grape and actually has this brown skin on the outside. Actually, I believe it is a cousin to the lychee, or if it isn't, it really just tastes very similar to a lychee. Alright guys, my first step in making an air layer is readying my sphagnum moss to be put into the water bottles. So let's do that. First, you're going to want to add some water to your bucket. Then what you're going to do is grab 3 or 4 handfuls of sphagnum peat moss and add them to the water. Actually, I might do a couple extra because there's a lot of water in here. Now what you're going to do is let that soak for at least 5 minutes so that the sphagnum moss gets completely saturated with water. Take the lid off of the water bottle. Now this will be the first water bottle that we dig into here. And you're going to take about the bottom 2 inches off. Cut it up along the side so you have a crease to pull it apart when you're removing the layer from the tree in the future. Now that you have it cut open, you can pull it apart and conveniently wrap this around the branch on the tree. Now the best time to perform an air layer would be when the tree is actively growing. So pretty much any time in the spring and summer months is a good time to perform an air layer. Alright guys, firstly what I would advise you to do is remove any leaves or leaflets that are going to get in the way of your process. So feel free to just pull them off so that you have a good working space on your branch. Take your potato peeler and you are going to score the branch all the way around. Also, you need to make sure you break through the green cambium layer so that the branch does not scar over and just grow the bark back. Because if you don't cut all the way through the cambium layer, no roots will grow, at least from what I've been told. Alright, now after you've properly scarred your branch, you're going to take raw honey. At least this is my method. I know a lot of people use rooting hormone and other solutions like willow water. You're going to take your raw honey and lather it onto the white wood, all the way down to the edges. Alright, now you're going to take the water bottle that you cut earlier, pull it apart, and wrap it onto your branch, like so. Then you're going to take a strip of duct tape and use this around the base to hold your layer into its proper place. This is pretty sloppy, but it still works, which is surprising. And now what I have here is a handful of dripping wet sphagnum moss, and what you're going to do is you're going to take it and wring it out until you can't squeeze any more water out of it, till it's just nice and moist. You're going to take this, oh my gosh, this is going to be a mess. You're going to push it down into your air layer. Be sure to get it nice and level. Alright guys, once you have your layer filled up to a certain point, go ahead and wipe some of the dirt off of the cut crease in the side of the water bottle. Then what you're going to do is take more duct tape. You're going to run it right up that crease and fold it over the top and around the bottom. Alright, now I'm going to add some more moss to this layer. Pack that down nice and firm. Don't be too firm with it because you want the rooting medium to be nice and loose so that whenever this starts to grow, it's not going to have to force its way into the moss. Double checking it here. Stuff it all the way to the top. That's what I suggest. Take the top of your second water bottle, torque it, and wrap it around the top of the branch. And what this is going to do is hold moisture into your air layer. And if you really want to lock it in, you can take an additional piece of tape and wrap it around here. And if you're really worried about this drying out, what you can do is wrap this entire thing with tin foil and then double it over with duct tape. And that should hold it in for the next 3 or 4 months, however long this takes to actually root. It all depends on your weather conditions. I like, personally, to use a second water bottle for the top piece, like I mentioned before, because what you can do is, I like to water my air layers, so I will take this tape off. You can lift this up and easily water into here. So I think that actually is helpful in the long run. I'm going to go to my front yard after I clean this one up and I'll show you that it works. One thing I forgot to mention, guys, always write the date on your air layers so that you know when you put these on, so you're not waiting 6 months before you realize that the air layer didn't take. That March 26, let's move it around a lot, 2013. And there you have it, guys. There is my air layer in a Longan tree. I'll be back here in about a month showing you guys the results. This is a red swamp maple tree. And these are red swamp maple suckers. You know, some people have their doubts about using honey as a rooting hormone. Well, at this point in time, I would say otherwise, because man, look at all of these roots. There are very large roots in here, and they're not just here, they're on the other side as well. You can actually, that white speck in the top there is also another root that I need to put more sphagnum moss on top of. Here's another root existing on the front, and I believe there's another one right around this corner here. It's still very small, but you get the idea. Again, here's a better close-up view of the other root that needs to be recovered. But man, I've never seen so much life in such a thing before. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, I was expecting small roots on these layers, on these air layers, but man, they're sending out huge, thick roots. I am 100% impressed.